From what feels like it might be the start of summer, welcome to Smoky Goodness 2.0, and welcome to a new series. I think I'm going to begin right now because I have had a brain fart, a year and a half long brain fart. I just don't know what to cook out here anymore. I think I've done it all, just about. So, bumblebees, yeah, summer's starting. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to start a series. The series is going to be called something goofy like Smokeys Best or whatever. I say this because I got this idea from watching a video, one of my videos last night, that is almost 10 years old to the day. I think I posted it May 31st, 2011. And that video was a brisket. Not just any brisket, it was the best brisket I've ever made and best brisket I've ever tasted. And we used this to do it. Remember this thing? If you don't, this is the Smokenator 1000, the original. I know that Don, the guy that created the Smokenator, has passed away. I don't know if the Smokenator is still available. Shut up, air conditioner. But we're gonna do that. We've got about a half, maybe 3/4 of a flat in there. Couldn't buy a whole packer brisket. Have you seen the prices lately? Jeez. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna recreate that, and like I said, I might be doing this as a series throughout the summer, and with a goofy name, Smokeys Best or something. So stick around. Let's go into the Wayback Machine, get this thing prepped, and we'll get going.
So, oh, and by the way, we're using a Smokenator today to obviously smoke this brisket. So let's step into the time machine. We'll make the marinade, show you how I did it, and we'll take it from there. All right, stick around, Herb.
The marinade, 1/4 cup of water, okay, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, groovy, 1/4 cup of teriyaki, oh yeah. I don't have that Knox Spice cracked black pepper, so we're just gonna have to use some store-bought pepper, about a teaspoon, I guess. Give it a stir, not a big deal. And into a Ziploc bag. Set that aside. There we go. I'm not cutting off any fat at all. Just get this in the bag. Oh my God, does that say great value on it? It does. I'm so embarrassed. I hate Walmart. Into the mix goes our marinade, just like that. Get all that pepper in there. Pushing out as much air as possible. There we go. Disregard this, okay? Stuff. You are leaking. Okay, well, this bag is, see? Walmart. Defective crap. I gotta use a different bag for this. I don't even have my microphone on, but you get the idea. Walmart sucks. Right, as is tradition with the Smokenator 1000, we have what are supposed to be 48 unburnt coals in the chamber or whatever. I happen to be using B&B charcoal briquettes, which are kind of a little bit larger than Kingsford. They've got more bulk, more mass, so I think I've got 37, maybe 36 unburnt coals. We have the traditional 12 unburnt coals that we will light. We'll dump them in here, and as everything starts to get going, I will be adding hickory chunks. These chunks are also from the B&B brand, or they are the B&B brand. How can you put a brand name on something that occurs naturally? You know, nature. I don't know, I guess you can. Maybe it's the way it's harvested or grown or something. Anyway, let's get going on this. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. How could I have forgotten to mention this? This is the water pan. It's right in here. The only maintenance you have to do during a long, low, and slow with the Smokenator is make sure that you're topping off the water. In my experience, it probably only takes about 90 minutes, or every 90 minutes to come out and fill up the water pan. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Every 90 minutes or so, based on my experience, is how often you'll have to fill the water pan. I cannot talk today. So I think now we're up to snuff here. Well, I don't know if you saw that last scene or not. I pushed the button and I'm noticing that the record light is on right now. So let me reiterate what I may have missed, or what the camera may have missed me say just moments ago. Like I said, I've only got about 30, maybe 32, 33 unburned coals in there, and I lit 12, and 12 was probably a little bit too much as long as you're using B&B briquettes, because like I said, they're bigger than Kingsford. As you can tell, after a little bit of finagling, I got the water pan to kind of seat, not completely, but kind of, into the spot it's supposed to be in. Don't worry, as these coals burn down, that's all going to smooth itself out and come up to where it's supposed to be. You always want to use a hinged grate when you're using the Smokenator, kind of what it was designed for. So we'll be back as soon as this comes up to the temperature I want. Between 225 and 250, right in that range, will be perfect. We'll be back. Here we go. I'm going to put this fat side down just for a moment. You'll see why. The reason I'm starting off just for a moment with the fat side down is because I'm going to hit it with some of my own Taser rub. It's not the rub I used last time, 10 years ago when we did this. I'm not sure exactly what rub I did use. It was pretty good, but nothing compares to this. All right. We're going to flip it over. Tase the other side. Of course, I have the thickest part of the brisket facing the fire, of course. Actually, the fire is well regulated, so it doesn't really matter. This is the Smokenator. Wrong setting on that. All right. Taser, a little goes a long way. I left the recipe numerous times on this channel. If you look it up and make yourself some Taser rub, and I know you have the ingredients already, everybody does. Make yourself some Taser rub and get a bag of those potato chips that are like kettle fried without a lot of salt on them, the healthy kind. You know what I'm talking about. Kind of like Jimmy chips, but better. And put some Taser rub on it. Sprinkle this on there. I guarantee it'll be your favorite snack ever. And while we're here, open up a little room here. Not a lot right now, but there will be. Look at that water boil. Woohoo! That's too big for now. The deeper we get into this, the more settled everything will be, right? Set it. And don't necessarily forget it, because we are going to have to check the water level about, I'd say about every hour to 90 minutes. So there we go. We are cooking, low and slow. It's going to take about between 10 to 14 hours. It's going to be good. This is what I call ideal conditions. I know these Webers like the back of my hand. Sometimes only a cannon will do. Sea of tranquility right there. Okay, good morning. Welcome to a rainy morning. What a night. We're 11 and a half hours in. I just checked the temperature. We are about probably about 7 or 8 degrees shy of my target temperature. That's okay. I'm going to get this brisket off, wrap it up, carry over cooking. We'll take it to 195, which is where I want it. That stall that we have just gone through may have been one for the records. It lasted hours and hours and hours. Temperature did not budge. 4.5 to 5 hours. It just held right where it was, which was like 165, 170 in certain parts. Finally, about 30 minutes ago, we broke through the stall, finally. And we're at, like I said, the target temperature. So I gotta get the camera inside. This camera is not waterproof. Put the brisket on the cutting board, wrap it up, and let it rest for about 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna have a late night or very early morning snack. So see you inside.